Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of As It Is Reacts. Today we've got an absolute banging one. Watching the top 10 best 90s TV theme songs. But guys, before we start, all I want to say is, why aren't you subscribed yet? Listen, it takes 2 seconds. Down at the bottom there's a big red button. It says subscribe. See it? I'll give you a few seconds, just click it. You clicked it? Thank you, you've clicked it. Alright, we can get on with the episode.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 90s TV theme
Oh, really?
songs.
Waiting for you to say, yeah, but do you know the full song?
I know it.
I know you do. I guess I don't know as many as I thought I did.
I feel like it's going to be very American.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most memorable theme songs from our
Oh,
favorite
yeah,
1990s
Friends, obviously.
TV series. We'll only be looking at shows that premiered in the 90s, so shows like The Simpsons, which ran for all of the 90s but only debuted in 1989, will not be included.
Refill.
What? It
Which
says
theme
it's not
song
included.
brings back the most
Yeah, it plays
It
it.
plays it.
Let us know
It's
in
like
the
an honorable
comments.
mention.
If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
Probably gonna get copyright striked. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Standard. Never heard that though.
That 70s Show. Starting with the second season, the 1972 song In the Street by Big Star was shortened and covered by Cheap Trick for the purposes of the show, and the rest is history.
Do you know this
The
one?
opening theme features the gang
No,
of
but it's got
Cars
banging
and
like
their
beat.
hearts out to the
Banging.
That 70s show was very popular in its time and definitely had a hand
Alright,
in
so the
launching
tally
a
is
number
0
of
for
careers
0.
for its actors.
0 for 0.
Zero
We're
for
doing
one
very
straight.
well right now.
Fans and casual viewers alike, and it's easy
See?
to see
Subscribe,
why.
that's what you
It's
need to do.
loud
Hit that
70s
bell.
rock and insanely catchy. Viewers are bound to sing along and get hyped for the episode ahead.
Are we?
Number 9, The X-Files.
Oh,
This show
Oh,
premiered
we all
know
nearly
this.
30
But-
years ago. Yes, 30.
Absolute headbanger.
And its theme song is
How
still
many nightmares did you have to this
recognizable, even
tune,
to
though?
those who weren't old enough to watch
Probably
it at the
none.
time, and to those who weren't even born yet.
Oh, it's so
It was
iconic
even
though.
released as a single and remixed a number of times. The echoey opening bars were actually created by accident
Bars.
by composer Mark Snow. In his frustrations in the
Bars.
process of composing, Snow accidentally turned on an
Throw some
echo
bars, boy.
effect, which is what ultimately made it so evocative of mystery and sci-fi.
And I put my hand, actually my sort of my elbow, forearm, on the keyboard, and there was this sound effect of this echo.
While Mulder and Scully could never be forgotten, the theme song is what's really
Interesting.
left its mark in pop culture, and not just because it's been memed to death. Okay, maybe that's a part of it.
I think we've even used it in an episode, you know?
Number 8,
Yeah,
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh, Power Rangers
Ah,
sick!
Saturday mornings as a child in the 90s. There was nothing better. A selection of shows to
You know
watch
what's
from
funny?
Hey,
breakfast tables
Zordon!
was endless. And with this
Apparently I was
selection
so
came a
into
whole
Power
lot of
Rangers, but I
awesome
don't
theme
remember
songs.
being into Power Rangers.
After 10,000 years, I'm free. It's time to conquer Earth.
The opening notes of the Power
Ah,
Rangers,
it's
though,
so
have to be
sick.
among the esteemed favorites. As its electric
Oh, I
guitar
remember.
reached
I
crescendo,
saw a
cheers for
video
the
on
crime
like
fighters rang
what
out,
happened to the
"Go,
Power
go,
Rangers and why they all got
And we
sacked,
once
but
again
basically
found
they all wanted a
ourselves in the
raise,
invigorating
and they
role
never
of the
got it.
iconic Teenagers with
Really?
attitude.
So that's ever since the first season. That's why they've always replaced the Power Rangers, like basically every time.
The electric
Ah,
guitar was
right.
in widespread use in the 90s for theme songs, and this one never disappointed.
Nowadays, I reckon
Composer
there's
Ron
definitely got a
Wasserman
raise.
really knew
but
what he
I
was
don't
Oh
think
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
16.
but they're still on like a set rate because they spend so much time behind a mask.
Number 7,
Aw,
X-Men.
that's ridiculous.
Here's another 90s
X-Men.
masterpiece,
Aye.
this one co-composed by the
This one
aforementioned
made
Ron
Bob.
Wasserman. The X-Men theme song is yet another exciting intro to a superhero franchise. The 90s really rocked out with some of our favorite superheroes, including
Spider-Man as
Spider-Man
well.
and Batman. And despite the awesomeness
No
of
one
those
wants
two
Batman.
themes, the X-Men opening is arguably the most memorable of the three.
Wolverine.
Its masterful
Storm.
use of the synthesizer makes for an incredible
I can't
and
wait for him to bring
distinct
X-Men to
intro,
MCU,
the perfect
you know.
way to present the
Yeah.
characters, not to mention how
Yeah,
darn cool it
next
makes
saga
them look.
series,
there
whatever.
are just some tunes that can
It's
never
so
be
sick.
topped,
Stage.
and this is definitely
Yeah.
one of them. Number 6, Pinky and the Brain. Gee, Brain, what do you want to do tonight? 10 points to whoever replied with, the same thing we do every night, Pinky, try to take over the world. The exploits of Pinky and the Brain were always
genius,
entertaining.
the other one's
But if you
insane.
happen to not know this, the theme song would definitely clear it up.
One is a genius.
The other's insane.
It introduces the titular characters and their ongoing battle to take over the world.
It's me and
which
you,
is
but which
pretty much
way?
Everything you need to know.
That's the thing. Oh, I don't know how, but I ended up on like some conspiracy theories about which one's the
According to
actual
creator
genius
Tom
and which
Ruger,
one
the
is
characters were
insane.
actually inspired by
That's
the
it.
unusual personalities of a pair of producers on his earlier show, Tiny Toon Adventures. Eddie Fitzgerald and Tom Minton, we salute
Maybe
you.
both.
Pinky and the brain, 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 brain.
Number 5, Animaniacs. The Animaniacs are another nostalgic throwback to the
Animaniacs?
exciting world of 90s cartoons.
I
Much
used
like
to
the
watch
previous
it. I
entry,
can't
the
remember it
theme song
much.
blatantly announces the premise of the show. They're Animaniacs and its characters, of which there are many,
Do you remember that song?
including Pinky and the Brain.
Not really, you know.
Animaniacs, and we're zany to the max.
There's even a quick cameo of then President Bill Clinton playing the saxophone, which is, let's be honest, not the strangest thing we've seen in cartoons.
It just looks like
While the Clinton plays the sax, we're animaniacs.
Yeah,
The
is it not
series
the same
followed
studio?
directly after the success of Tiny Toon Adventures.
Do you
with
remember that song?
the same writers and producers moving over to this project.
Totally insane. The rain in Spain. Animaniacs.
Oh man, us
Imagine.
90s kids reveled in the younger versions of famous cartoons. Anyone remember Muppet
just looks
Babies?
like,
Let's just head over to the next entry before we get carried away. Number 4, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Do you remember that song?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Does anyone not know who lives in a pineapple under the sea at this point? This may seem like it should fall outside of our list. However, SpongeBob SquarePants premiered in 1999. SpongeBob's theme song is arguably one of the most upbeat and uplifting
It just
ones
looks like,
out there. Have you ever not sung along? Case in point.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Apparently, the oil painting in the beginning of the title song was found by creator and animator Steven Hillenburg in a thrift store and dubbed Painted the Pirate. Hillenburg's
a
lips
real
are those
painting.
featured on the pirate, however, they are not the ones singing. That honor went to voice actor Patrick Pinney.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
I always thought it was Tom Kenny who was singing it.
Number 3,
There you go.
Pokemon.
Oh.
Have you ever heard
Oh.
of a thing called Pokemon? Probably not. It's
Sit
a
up.
super tiny franchise. Even 90s kids don't remember it. The enormous world of Pokemon became a lot more accessible to Americans
she
with the premiere
chatting?
of the American televised version in 1997.
Not copyright striked, and for that reason we had to skip.
Arguably the biggest
Oh,
sitcom of
Friends.
the 90s, Friends created an
Probably the
earworm
biggest
for
sitcom
decades
ever.
to come. Fun fact,
Yeah, for only a
American
10-year
rock band
sitcom as well.
R.E.M. was
It's
asked
so-
for one of their songs to be used for
so
the show,
much popularity.
but they declined.
The
Warner
only
Brothers
one that
had
I
no
can kinda
choice but to
think
turn to the
that's-
only available
that's
band on
two of
Warner
them.
Brothers Records, the
Big Bang
Rembrandts.
Theory that could
Honestly,
potentially be up
we're
there.
glad they did.
Or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be an
Imagine
era
the
as
tune
well, though.
performed by anyone
That's
was
gonna be
it-
number one,
Not
isn't
very
it?
long after.
Yeah, or
the
was it
band
late
actually ended up
80s or
adding
something?
verses and
Something like that.
released the
Fresh Prince
song
were
as a
90s, I
single.
think.
We're at
Now
90s,
it's
definitely.
completely impossible
Pretty
to forget
sure.
it, and it's easily one of the few show
Maybe I'm
openings
wrong, we'll
we
see.
never skip. It's catchy as all heck.
Love Friends. Still fancy Jennifer Aniston.
Before we unveil our number
might
one
be
pick,
50.
here are some honorable mentions. South Park. Going down to South Park, gonna have ourselves a time.
Yeah.
Going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere. Uncle Bugs without temptation.
Family Guy. Those good old-fashioned values.
Not being funny, but South Park and Family Guy are more well known than that 70s
Dexter's
show.
Laboratory.
Surely.
In it lives the smartest
I'd
boy
say
you've
so.
ever seen.
Don't know how big it is in America though.
The Magic School
yeah,
Bus.
yeah.
It was never a normal field trip with the Frizz.
You might get baked into a pie on the magic school bus. Step inside, it's a wilder ride.
The Powerpuff Girls. Sugar, spice, everything nice, and
Everything
Chemical X.
nice.
have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone,
All
make
of
sure you
them.
go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Just like us.
I can watch Mojo.
Number
Chill
one,
out with the promo.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
You all
It
know
was
this
90.
had to be
Flat out
number
90.
one. It's nearly
it.
impossible to find someone who doesn't know it by heart.
My life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a
Upside
minute,
down,
just
I'd
sit
like to
right there.
take a
I'll
minute,
tell you
just
how I
sit right
became the
there.
prince of a
Say,
town
how
called
became
Bel Air.
the prince of
The
a
song
town
is
called
titled
Bel-Air.
Yo Home to Bel-Air and was written, composed, and produced by Quincy Jones, Will Smith, and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
All right, look, listen to what I got so far.
Tell you something, this
Actually,
was
one
first
last line.
It explains
sitcom
the
that
premise of the
really,
show in
even though
perhaps
there was
the
some
most
before,
entertaining way
really
possible.
highlighted like black
How Will
issues
went
and
from
stuff as
West
well.
Philadelphia to living in a fancy Bel-Air mansion.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spent most of my days.
Of course, we'll never forget Uncle Phil, Aunt Viv, and the gang, but the theme song is what has really stuck around all these years. We don't know what makes it so darn catchy.
I
The
really wanted
lyrics,
to go into
the
the full
beat.
song then.
What we do know is the story all about how Will's life was turned upside down.
Looked at my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air.
There were a big debate, wasn't there? What he said in that last thing. Is it sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel-Air or settle my throne as the Prince of Bel-Air? What do you hear?
Huge debate. Oh my
Huge
goodness.
debate.
Right.
I've always been a sit on my throne kind of guy.
I was under the impression it was sit on my throne.
Oh, I guess we'll never know.
Lyrics?
There's some of them that say sit on, and then there's some that say settle. That's the debate.
Settle my throne. Nah, it's sit, bro. It's sit on. I don't know if you're trying to make it a thing or not, but
I'm not trying to make it a thing.
there's no debate. There's no debate,
I'm
bro.
not trying to make it a thing. Settle my throne. 1 minute.
And then it's crazy. He became a pop star, a movie star, got in an entanglement. Poor guy.
What do you think? Is it sit on or is it settle?
Oh, shut up. Alright, guys, that is it for top 10 90s best 90s TV theme songs? Something like that. If you
Something
guys
like
can
that,
think of any others that are on this list, because I'm sure there are, I'm sure there's some really good ones that we could sing word for word.
I'm slowly just sinking into this bed, you know.
Alright, before we fall asleep, that's it. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell, just like Watch Mojo said, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.